first act is Nicole Marshburn. She's a young woman with a lot of depth in her poetry and has come to participate a lot here in the workshops. So, Nicole.
All right.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I hope everyone can hear me. I brought 4 poems to read. The first one I wrote sitting over at Bella's Coffee Shop on Market Street, which in my opinion has the best people watching in Wilmington. And this poem is called Zen and the Art of Thursday Afternoon. A fat-toothed grin beneath the forehead, pressing a back window of that white pickup truck, bigger than anyone needs. Purposeless extended eye contact, lingering until his smile widens like a fluorescent umbrella.
Step yours.
Nobody runs around here. The horses don't even run. This is the South, and how y'all doing? I've never seen a beautiful lady who didn't want to be in a picture. Hairdressers smoke on the front sidewalk in 90-degree October. I have to work at 4 o'clock, but I don't even know what time it is, so there's no hurry. The same cars drive by every day with the same people, sometimes different people. Those different people come to see how slow we walk and how our old brick buildings aren't crumbling. Orange plants in the windowsill and yellow pumpkins with carved out smiles and something growing green out through the fence. The air is so thick and still. The trees only move when cars pass by, then quietly settle back to their spot. Based on this fear of like growing old without ever having done anything with my life, I think a lot of people can relate with that. So it's about this woman who basically, she cleans, she does housework instead of ever really doing anything she can enjoy, and she keeps meaning to. She's like, oh, I'm just going to clean for a little bit and then I'll go do this fun thing, but she never gets around to it, so that's what it's based on. And it's called Finishing the Dishes. While I washed the dishes, life passed me by. My hands covered with suds, the sun rose and set again. I scrubbed the burn from a stew pot. My children grew and walked on. The dishwater still warm, soap bubbles swelled. You retired from the PO. I became a grandmother. I glanced out the kitchen window once to see our neighbors loading their sedan. They packed only a few bags, sold the house, headed west. Our whole empty kitchen shined, clean from ceiling to hardwood floor. I finally turned from the sink to look over my shoulder. You weren't there. Now you have all gone. I'm old and tired, with no dishes left to wash. I had someone who's heard a fair amount of my poetry tell me recently how surprised they were at the variety of some of my subject matter. Because sometimes I write about really domestic stuff, like the one I just read, and then sometimes I like to really get to the darker side of humanity. I think that's something we all have, but poetry really helps to display it, to release it, and to see some of those things we all have in common. So I've got my last 2 poems here are about drug addiction. Whether or not anybody can relate with that, well, that's what they're about, and everyone has their own demons. So, all right, I'm gonna this one first. This one's untitled. If you've never done heroin, then kicked for almost 2 years, damn it, then you don't know how it hits you. The thought, like a speeding tractor trailer, it hits your mind. And the veins start to look good, again juicy, plump, and purple, all this time. And still comes the charging. Uninvited thoughts scream, hello, did you forget about me? It's not even the dope so much as the thoughts that want me laid out dead. And then the second one is called Misty. Our eyes meet across the parking lot. My stare oozes out of the passenger window. You briefly glance out of yours. I know what you're doing. Bent behind the metal door, I see your belt rise, then twist and loop, your teeth clenched on leather. I look again to my own lap. I'm so paranoid. I don't want you to know. I look up again and see you're having trouble. I concoct my own antidote in the seat of my '64 Volvo, flipping my own belt into a loop, glance once more across the pavement to see your chin raised, eyes back, arm collapsed on the car door frame. I get mine quickly, relax my own hand on my car door frame, across the lot in mirror image. We do not look, we do not see. And that's it.